Nicole Kidman is stepping into the future with quiet strength, unmistakable grace, and a message that has captured global attention as she faces life after one of Hollywood's most unexpected and widely discussed splits. As the new year dawned, Nicole shared a deeply personal moment that instantly resonated with fans across the world. A simple yet emotionally powerful snapshot of herself, standing with her daughters, Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret, watching fireworks illuminate the night sky as they welcomed 2026 together. Alongside the image were just a few words, understated but loaded with meaning: looking forward. And in those two words, an entire chapter of heartbreak, healing, and hope quietly unfolded. This moment marked the first major public milestone since Nicole and country music superstar Keith Urban officially ended their 19-year marriage, a relationship that for nearly 2 decades had been held up as one of the most enduring and admired love stories in the entertainment world. Married in 2006, Nicole and Keith built a life that spanned continents and cultures, balancing Hollywood premieres with Nashville studios, sold-out tours with family dinners, and red carpet glamour with private moments away from the spotlight. Together, they raised 2 daughters, navigated demanding global careers, and frequently spoke about their devotion to each other, their faith, and the family they built, which is exactly why the announcement of their separation in late 2025 sent shockwaves through Hollywood and left fans stunned. For many, the split felt sudden and unimaginable. Nicole and Keith were often described as grounded, affectionate, and deeply supportive of one another. They were known for holding hands at public events, praising each other in interviews, and crediting their marriage with providing stability in an industry notorious for turbulence. Yet, behind the carefully curated public image, the reality was far more complex. Sources close to the couple later revealed that the marriage had been under strain for quite some time. Balancing 2 high-profile careers with drastically different rhythms took a toll. Nicole's acting commitments frequently required months-long shoots in far-flung locations, demanding emotional immersion and physical distance. Keith's life, on the other hand, revolved around touring schedules, studio sessions, and the relentless pace of the music industry. Over time, the physical separations evolved into emotional distance. Despite efforts to reconnect, recalibrate, and protect what they had built, those close to them say the relationship eventually reached a point where continuing meant sacrificing individual well-being. When the separation became public, both Nicole and Keith handled it with notable restraint and maturity. There were no explosive statements, no public accusations, no tabloid-fueled back and forth. Instead, they released a carefully worded acknowledgement, emphasizing mutual respect and their shared commitment to co-parenting their daughters. It was a quiet ending to a very public love story, one marked with dignity rather than drama. Still, for fans who had watched them grow together over nearly 2 decades, the news carried undeniable emotional weight. In the months that followed, Nicole made a conscious decision to step back from public commentary about the split. Rather than addressing it directly, she allowed her actions to speak for her. She focused intensely on her role as a mother, prioritizing stability and presence for Sunday and Faith during a period of enormous change. She spent extended time in Australia, reconnecting with family roots and embracing a slower, more grounded pace of life. Christmas was spent away from Hollywood's glare, filled with quiet traditions, laughter, reflection, and moments that reminded her and those watching from afar what truly matters when everything else feels uncertain. Then came New Year's Eve, and with it, a moment that felt both intimate and symbolic. The image Nicole shared wasn't flashy or heavily stylized. It wasn't about glamour, revenge, or reinvention. It was about togetherness, about standing shoulder to shoulder with her daughters as the world turned the page on another year. Sunday and Faith, now teenagers navigating their own complex emotions, stood beside their mother not as children shielded from reality, but as young women being supported through it. For many viewers, this wasn't just a celebrity post, it was a portrait of motherhood, resilience, and emotional honesty. public reaction was immediate and overwhelming. Social media filled with messages of love, admiration, and empathy. Fans praised Nicole for prioritizing her children and handling such a public transition with dignity and grace. Others shared their own stories of divorce, co-parenting, and rebuilding life after long-term relationships ended, finding comfort and inspiration in her quiet strength. The image quickly became symbolic, not of loss, but of renewal, not of endings, but of new beginnings forged through love and resilience. Adding to the intrigue was Nicole's appearance itself. She looked relaxed, natural, and unfiltered. Gone was the polished, tightly controlled Hollywood image so often expected of stars at her level. Instead, she embraced her natural curls, a softer aesthetic, and an authenticity that many fans interpreted as a reflection of inner freedom. To some, it felt like a visual metaphor, a woman shedding expectations, letting go of roles imposed by others, and stepping into a new chapter entirely on her own terms. Meanwhile, Keith Urban has been quietly navigating his own path forward. Friends and colleagues describe him as focused on music, touring, and maintaining a strong presence in his daughters' lives. While rumors occasionally swirl, as they often do after high-profile splits, neither Keith nor Nicole has engaged in speculation or public commentary, reinforcing their shared commitment to privacy and mutual respect. Their co-parenting dynamic, by all accounts, remains cooperative, thoughtful, and centered on emotional consistency for Sunday and Faith. What makes this story resonate so deeply isn't fame or fortune, it's humanity. Nicole Kidman has lived much of her life in the public eye, from her early rise to stardom to past high-profile relationships to her evolution into one of the most respected and versatile actors of her generation. Yet moments like this strip away the celebrity and reveal something far more powerful. A woman choosing grace over bitterness, hope over resentment, and love over fear. A mother modeling resilience not just for her children, but for millions of people watching from around the world. As 2026 unfolds, questions naturally linger. Will Nicole eventually open up about this chapter in interviews? Will her personal experiences influence the roles she chooses or the stories she tells? Is romance somewhere in her future? Or is this a season devoted entirely to healing, self-discovery, and growth? For now, she isn't offering answers, and perhaps that's intentional. The message she shared wasn't about speculation or headlines. It was about moving forward, one step at a time, grounded in love, purpose, and clarity. Professionally, Nicole's career remains as strong and respected as ever, with upcoming projects already generating excitement. Yet, this phase of her life feels less about awards, accolades, or public validation, and more about alignment, aligning her personal values with the life she wants to live now. For many fans, that's exactly what makes this moment so compelling. It's not a comeback story, it's not a dramatic reinvention, it's a continuation of growth, motherhood, emotional strength, and self-awareness. In a world that constantly demands explanations, statements, and spectacle, Nicole Kidman has chosen simplicity. One photo, 2 daughters, a new year, and a powerful reminder that endings, even painful ones, can be the doorway to something meaningful, transformative, and new. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.